How are you guys doing? Today is Thursday, October 7th, 2021. I'm James Sims, and for this episode of The Elite, I'm going to review the Elite matchups and performances that took place yesterday on Wednesday, October 6th. And of course, I'm going to preview everything that's going on today as we navigate through the world of sports one day at a time. Taking a look at where we are, there are now 3 teams competing in pursuit of the Wnba title, as one team has already been eliminated from the semifinal round. Both teams have been eliminated from the wild card rounds of the MLB playoffs, so now it is the best of 5 baseball as that part of the playoffs is getting underway. And then of course football all around the world is just kicking off as Italy's international streak of unbeaten games without a loss came to an end. But of course, jumping right back to the WNBA to get started with it, there were 2 Game 4s yesterday. The first one took place in Chicago as the 6th seed Sky hosted the 1st seed Connecticut Sun. In this matchup, the Sky were able to beat the Sun 79-69. They came in with a 2-1 lead, and with this, they were able to win the series. They were able to outscore Connecticut by 6 in the first quarter and by 7 in the second quarter. That's 13 combined points in the first half, and the Connecticut Sun just wouldn't be able to come back from it. For the Connecticut Sun in their final campaign of the 2021 season, their leading scorer was their starting forward, Jonquel Jones. Jonquel Jones would finish with 25 points, 11 rebounds, a couple steals, and a couple of blocks as she finished with 5 turnovers on the night. In 35 minutes, she would shoot 10 for 18 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3, and a perfect 3 for 3 from the line. For the Chicago Sky in this matchup, their leading scorer was their starting guard, Courtney Vander. She finished with 19 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists, as well as 8 turnovers in 33 minutes. She shot 7 for 13 from the field and 5 for 6 from 3. Alongside her, their future Hall of Fame forward, Candace Parker, would finish with 17 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. And with this win, they are the first team to punch their ticket into the WNBA Finals, where they will face off against the winner of the next matchup that went to a Game 5 yesterday. So coming into the second Game 4, the 5-seed Phoenix Mercury were leading the 2nd seed Las Vegas Aces 2-1, and the Las Vegas Aces would even the series up at 2 last night after beating the Phoenix Mercury 93-76. They won by 17. The big difference for them was the middle quarters. They outscored Phoenix by 8 in the second quarter and by 18 in the third. That's 26 combined points in the middle quarters. For the Phoenix Mercury in this Game 4, they had 2 players tie for the team high in points. Their starting guard out of Notre Dame, Skylar Diggins-Smith, finished with 14 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and a couple of steals as she had 5 turnovers on the night in 32 minutes. She shot 6 for 17 from the field, and their Olympian guard, Diana Taurasi, would finish with 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists in 29 minutes. She shot 5 for 15 from the field and 3 for 9 from 3. For the 2nd seed Las Vegas Aces, off the bench, their guard, Kelsey Plum, was able to finish with 20 points and 6 assists in 28 minutes. She shot 6 for 11 from the field, 3 for 5 from 3, and 5 for 6 from the foul line. And then out of their starters, their leading scorer for the entire team was their guard, Chelsea Gray, out of Duke. Chelsea Gray would finish with 22 points and 6 assists in 23 minutes. She shot 9 for 17 from the field and 4 for 7 from 3. With this win, the Las Vegas Aces have secured a Game 5 for the WNBA semifinals. That game will take place tomorrow on Friday, October 8th. That game will be on ESPN2. That game will take place at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time as they will be the standalone matchup. And the winner of this matchup will face off against the 6th seed Chicago Sky. Taking a look at what's going on in the MLB coming into yesterday's matchup, there were 9 teams competing for the World Series after the Yankees had been eliminated by the Red Sox a couple nights ago. And then the 4th seed LA Dodgers would host the 5th seed St. Louis Cardinals in a single game elimination matchup. And in this matchup, the Dodgers would go on to beat the St. Louis Cardinals 3-1 to advance to the National League Division Series, where they will face off against their division rivals, the San Francisco Giants. Looking at the scoring plays in this matchup, first off for St. Louis was able to score off of a wild pitch from Max Scherzer in the first. It was Tommy Edman scoring. The Los Angeles Dodgers would end up tying the game off of a solo home run from Justin Turner. That would make it 1-1, and then it would go all the way to the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs. Chris Taylor would hit a 2-run home run and bringing Cody Bellinger home. He will give the Dodgers the 2-run win that they needed, and they are going to face off against the San Francisco Giants, the team that finished just 1 game ahead of them for the best record in baseball, one of the most anticipated division series in baseball history. Taking a look at what went down for the St. Louis Cardinals, the start was given to Adam Wainwright. He allowed 1 earned run in 5.1 innings pitched. He would strike out 5 batters before getting pulled in the 6th inning. The loss would go to the Cardinals' setup relief pitcher TJ McFarland. He allowed he pitched 0.2 innings as he was unable to strike out a batter. With this loss, he's 0-1 as he was responsible for the run that crossed home plate in Cody Bellinger. And then for the St. Louis Cardinals, in their batting lineup, their second baseman Tommy Edman went 3 for 5 with a run. He was the only player on the Cardinals with more than 1 hit. And for the defending World Series champs LA Dodgers, the start was given to their goated starting pitcher Max Scherzer. He allowed 1 earned run in 4.1 innings as he struck out 4. The win would go to the Dodgers closer Kenley Jansen. He would allow no earned runs and strike out all 3 of the batters he faced in the 9th inning. And in the Los Angeles Dodgers batting lineup, their elite right fielder Mookie Betts would go 2 for 4. Their all-star second baseman and Major League batting crown holder Trey Turner would finish 2 for 4. With this win, the Los Angeles Dodgers are now advanced to the National League Division Series, which will not start until Friday. But taking a look at what's going on today in playoff baseball, there are now 8 teams competing for the World Series title. And the first 2 matchups are going to be the 2 American League Division Series matchups. At 4:07, the second seed Houston Astros, who won the American League West, are going to host the American League Central champs Chicago White Sox on FS1. Lance Lynn is going to take the mound for the Chicago White Sox, and Lance McCullers Jr. is going to take the mound for the Houston Astros. Following that game at 8:07 on FS1, the Tampa Bay Rays, the American League East champs, led by Shane McClanahan, are going to host the American League Wild Card champs, Boston Red Sox, as they are going to lead Eduardo Rodriguez out to face the only team in the MLB to finish with 100 wins this season. That is what's going on with the MLB, as of course today is Thursday. Taking a look at what's going on with football, especially starting in the U.S., the only top 25 team that is going to be playing today will be 15th ranked Coastal Carolina. The 5-0 Chanticleers are going to go face off against Arkansas State. Coastal Carolina is 5-0. They are 1-0 in the Sun Belt. Arkansas State is 1-4. They are 0-1 in the Sun Belt. Taking a look at what's going on in the NFL today, the 2-2 Seattle Seahawks, led by their elite starting pitcher Russell Wilson, are going to host the 3-1 Los Angeles Rams, who picked up their very first loss of the season last week. This will be a very big matchup, as many expect a lot from both teams, as now that the NFL season has started, many believe we are now cooking with gas. So that is what's going on with the NFL. And then taking a look at what's been going on with soccer overseas, the very first semifinal matchup of UEFA Nations League took place, and Italy's unbeaten streak of, 38 matches has come to an end, especially after winning the 2020 Euros in 2021. For Spain, they would take the early lead. They would get a goal from Ferran Torres, their attacker, who also plays for Man City. In the 42nd minute, Leonardo Bonucci, the famed Italian defender, would pick up a red card in the 42nd minute. And with a man down, they allowed another goal to Spain as Ferran Torres scored in extra time in the first half to make it 2-0. And then Pellegrini would score the only goal in the second half for Italy off of the breakaway, and Spain would run away with a 2-1 win. So now they're going to face off against the matchup that is going to take place today to determine who's going to make it to the UEFA Nation League's finals. Today at ESPN2 at 2:45, Belgium is going to face off against France for the chance to play against Spain for yet another trophy. So right now that is what that tournament is looking like at the moment, as also there's some FIFA World Cup qualifying matches. United States playing Jamaica, Mexico versus Canada. At the same time, Paraguay versus Argentina, Uruguay versus Colombia, Venezuela versus Brazil. Just looking at where we are with this weekend's matchups as we are transitioning into an international week of soccer. But with that said, that is everything that I've got going for today, Thursday, October 2nd. I want to thank everybody for listening to this piece. I want to thank the MLB, the Wnba, college football, NFL, and FIFA websites for giving me all the stats and figures that I needed. And, of course, thank you, ESPN. I want to apologize for all the names that I butchered. I do plan on getting them right. And once all of today's matchups and exhibitions are done, I will come back tomorrow on Friday, October 8th for another episode of The Elite. So until then, I want to thank everyone. I hope all is well, and I'll catch you with a piece right after this.